everyone, it's Ms.Salazar and welcome to Reading. So today we're going to be talking about author's purpose. Now, before we do that, it's important for you guys to remember that we are focusing on author's purpose, but we have to ask ourselves, why might an author write a story? That is the author's purpose. What is the author's purpose for writing a story? Now, before we get into that, I'm going to go over these high frequency words. Now, remember that high frequency words are going to be words that you hear a lot, words that you see a lot in paragraphs or in sentences. For example, the words think and the word city. So, think and city. In the Spanish translation for think, it's going to be pensar, and the Spanish translation for city, it's going to be ciudad. Now, here you have the words in a sentence. Think. Sammy thinks like a genius. A genius is someone who's extremely intelligent. Now, let's look at the word city. The city is noisy and dirty. So, these words, we hear them a lot, we see them a lot in sentences and in paragraphs. So, those are called high frequency words. Think and city. Now, what is author's purpose? Again, author's purpose is the reason the author wrote the book or the story. Now, here you have a couple of reasons for a writer or an author to write the story, right? So, why might an author write a story? Number one, to tell a fantasy. Number two, to tell a scary story. Number three, to make people laugh. Number four, to teach a lesson. Or number five, to just inform people, to just give us useful information. Now, what is realistic fiction? Now, realistic fiction is a story that could happen in real life. So, if you're reading a story and you're like, wait a second, the characters here, like the people in this story and what's happening in this story, this could actually happen. So that's called realistic fiction, and that's the kind of story that we are going to read. This is the story that we are going to read. It's called Henry and Mudge Under the Yellow Moon. You guys have this in your textbook. And as for your assessment, you have to complete the graphic organizer. Here you have a picture of the graphic organizer. We are going to be reading the story, and as we read the story in class together, we are going to complete the graphic organizer. Once you're done, you're going to send this to LMS in PDF, and this is worth 10 points. You have until January 27, but of course, if we don't finish, I'm going to change the due date. But we're going to be doing this together. So that's going to be it for today. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know. Bye, everyone.